I've been playing a lot of Deadzone as of late, and while I'm not going to really comment on the Apocalypse Rising versus Deadzone thing, which I'm saving for another video sometime down the road, I thought this would be a good opportunity for me to kind of try these kind of what's going through my mind videos that kind of got famous with Arma 2 and Dyslexia and all those fun people. It's a bit of an experiment, like it, hate it, do whatever you want with it, but I'm just going to go at it and see what happens. I started off in a small forest on the base of a hill. I checked my backpack to find I'd been left without any provisions whatsoever. I'm already hearing the noises of other characters in the area, one unique characteristic about Deadzone. I spotted a small town off in the distance. Rolling into these towns is a bad idea with no gear, but I needed a weapon and I needed it fast. Luckily on the outskirts of town, I found an AA-12, as well as a zombie. I needed that gun no matter what the circumstance, so I ran him in a circle and grabbed my gun on the run. A few more bullets and he was gone. I went back to the car to grab the rest of the ammo when I was ambushed by a bandit. The noise of the ambush drew a zombie to our location and I used the commotion to draw out my gun. I waited to see what the bandit would do. After a short standoff, he made a charge after me. I had no choice but to shoot. I took his katana and some of his provisions to get me through this night easier. I went to go check the town when I heard a voice. It seemed someone has witnessed my actions and they were seeking to get revenge. They requested I put down my gun, and I couldn't see them anywhere. Rather than risk a firefight, I used to cover the rapidly setting sun to make my getaway. I made haste to a secluded town in the hills. It was night, so I didn't want to draw any more attention to myself than I needed, so I equipped my newly acquired katana. After skirting around the edges of town to size it up, I was jumped by a zombie. It quickly became apparent that I wasn't a katana master. I took a hit during the fight. I was now bleeding. As I was checking the rest of town, I heard gunshots that were fairly close. I took shelter up on a tower and went prone so I wouldn't easily be seen by anyone entering town. If anyone did enter town, I'd be a sitting duck, but I took that risk over starting a firefight. The noises began to grow louder and louder, and the sun was about to rise. I'd be seen if I stayed. I checked the area for any visible bandits, and I made a run up the hill into the snowy mountains. As I entered the flat and icy plains, I noticed a player far off in the distance. He was too far away to cause any damage, but seeing him run away from the nearby helicopter crash means that it's probably been picked clean. I didn't have any other choice though. Going back down the hill meant bandits, and approaching the player was too much of a mystery. I killed a lingering zombie, and I began to explore the crash when I walked through some barbed wire. I underestimated the sharpness of it. I lost a lot of blood on it. Too much blood. Only a few more moments to live. If there wasn't first aid within eye shot, I was a goner. I headed to the nearest hill to look for anything, but I didn't see any indication of first aid. I barely saw any signs of civilization. That's when I remembered that I had one more option. Track down the player I'd seen before, kill him, and hope he had first aid. I ran off in the area I thought he had headed. I was losing blood fast. Running wasn't helping me any. Walking wouldn't help either. He has to be there. He has to be on the other side of the hill. But I would never know.